Mikel Arteta urged to sell to players as £130 million double transfer rate planned. Arsenal are still on the hunt for the Premier League title, but Mikel Arteta's squad could be shaken up come the summer transfer window. Arsenal's eyes are solely on winning a first Premier League title since 2000 for this campaign. But when the season comes to an end, the club will no doubt dip their toes into the transfer market. Mikel Arteta welcomed some game-changing new additions last summer, with Martin Zubimendi, Eberechiez, Victor Gyökeres, Noni Madueke and Christian Mosquera, all signing on the dotted line and entering first-team contention. Piero Hincapié will also make his initial loan spell North London permanent come the summer. But when the next window arrives, manager Arteta has been prompted to sell to key attackers. Mirror Football brings you the latest from the Emirates. Former Arsenal defender William Gallas has outlined what he thinks his old club should do in the summer window. The Frenchman thinks both Gabriel Martinelli and Leandro Trossard should be sold. He told Boyle Sports, "When Arsenal play on the counter-attack, I think sometimes the midfielders have to look for Victor Gyökeres to give him the ball at the first opportunity. Gyökeres always asks for the ball in front, in the space, but he doesn't get the ball, because the midfielder wants to keep the ball. That is the style of Arsenal. He has scored goals, but he hasn't scored enough goals, so he has to reach a minimum 20 goals next season, and it will be difficult for him. Arsenal are going to play the same way, because he doesn't really dominate the league, physically like he did in Portugal. Maybe you need a left winger, because I don't know what has happened to Gabriel Martinelli. He's just not what he was, and Leandro Trossard is a good squad player, but you need something else. When you've got a striker like Gyökeres, you need players to give him the ball to score the goals, and that's why maybe some of Arsenal's style has to change, or Arsenal need to change their striker." Regarding defensive recruits, reports suggest that Sporting CP pair Maxi Araujo and Ivan Fresneda are on the club's radar. Araujo impressed at left-back in the Gunners' recent Champions League tie with Sporting. Fresneda operates on the opposite side of the pitch at right-back, and he made an impact in a game against Arsenal, playing the full first leg in Portugal and conceding just a single goal. Record reports that Arteta's side have already initiated talks for Araujo, who it is thought could cost roughly £51 million, but he does have a £69 million release clause in his current deal. The Sun claims that Arsenal also interested in his teammate Fresneda, whom the club have reportedly been scouting since his time at Real Valladolid. He, too, has an alleged £69 million release clause in his contract. Julian Alvarez has been linked with a move to Arsenal in the summer transfer window, but it was reported earlier this week that the players' two brothers had been house hunting in Barcelona. Julian Alvarez's agent has described reports that the Atletico Madrid star's brothers have been house hunting in Barcelona as 1000% false. Alvarez, 26, is a target for both Arsenal and Barca this summer, 2 years after leaving Manchester City in an £82 million deal. The forward has built on an impressive first season by helping Atletico reach the semi-finals of the Champions League, where they'll face Arsenal. In the previous round, Alvarez's side knocked out Barcelona, who, like Mikel Arteta's Arsenal, hindering refreshing their forward line in the summer transfer window. With Robert Lewandowski out of contract in June and Marcus Rashford's loan coming to an end, Alvarez is the La Liga champions' top target. It was reported this week that Alvarez had sent his two brothers to look at properties in the city, but the Argentine's agent, Fernando Hidalgo, has shut those claims down. 1000% false, Hidalgo confirmed to Mundo Deportivo. No one in the family has been in Barcelona. The last time was for the match against Atletico, and they returned to Madrid the next day. Alvarez himself has also been tight-lipped on his future. Last month, the 26-year-old responded when asked about Barcelona, "What do you want me to say? I've never said anything." These are things that get said. Then they spread like wildfire on social media. You say one thing and it generates comments, but I've never said anything. Who knows, maybe yes, maybe no. I'm happy. It's a question that's going to come up everywhere, but I'm happy. I'm thinking about the day-to-day. I'm working to give my best here. Alvarez scored a late equaliser in last weekend's Copa del Rey final before Atletico were beaten on penalties by Real Sociedad. With the La Liga title well out of reach, the former City star and his teammates are now solely focused on knocking Arsenal out and getting to the Champions League final. Next week's first leg in Madrid will be the first of two potential transfer auditions for Alvarez, who's yet to score a goal against Arsenal in 3 appearances. Earlier this season, Arteta's side thrashed Atletico 4-0.